Hello, you awesome friends. This is your pal Edwards here speaking, and happy Monday. I thought I'd just jump on for a quick LinkedIn Live with you amazing people and wish you an incredible week on this beautiful Monday, the 17th of July. Now, the first thing I need to say to you is that you're very awesome and I appreciate you. And how you're doing, by the way. And like always, what I'm going to do with all my lives is I'm going to get out my beautiful mobile phone right here. And there you go. I am live on LinkedIn. I've worked out it's about a 15-second delay, but this is the thing I love about LinkedIn. Look at that. Beautifully working through the mobile, and it's just so really good. And how you're doing today? I just want to wish you all the best, and I hope you're winning big. Now, my friends, we're here to talk about LinkedIn. And I'm going to say there's 15 of you winners with us. So if you've just come in, big thank you. Smash that like, share, and comment. Feel free to say hello and tell me where you are. And, oh, my God, we've got my friend Lily here already. Lily, you're just incredible. So I'm just opening it up now. Lily Coates, I love your work. And my apologies if I look away. I'm actually looking at my mobile phone because, my legendary friends, the mobile phone actually has all your comments on there. Oh, my God, Intran, we love you. I've got to say, we've got the whole gang here, and I appreciate you winners just so very much. And firstly, please say hello. Tell me where you're coming in from. And I was going to say I love you winners. Zoe McQuillan. Zoe, I should say, not Zoe. Zoe sounds cool though. But Zoe. Sorry, I murdered your name, Zoe. But just welcome to you winners. I'm just so honored to have you with us because it is Monday. And if I'm at home, which I am, usually on Mondays, I like talking about my latest LinkedIn secrets. You know what my LinkedIn secrets are today? I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm thinking to help you win in your own unique way because I got to celebrate. And Jenny Maspero, of course you're going to get some love. Jeremy Maspero. Jeremy, great singer. If you say hello, you get a shout out. Oh my God, Daryl Poston, love your work. Rosanna Catino. Again, if you come in, say hello because you get a shout out. And feel free to use this live as a chance to network to help yourself win big. And I was going to say, I love your work. So let's get into some LinkedIn secrets. And keep the chat going. I am watching all your comments on my beautiful mobile phone. In fact, I can even like them too. There you go. Please network and connect with each other. Now, let's go through some LinkedIn secrets to help you win big. Now, I actually saw this great post from LinkedIn this morning on LinkedIn. And I actually talked about the importance of posting memorable content. And again, not my opinion, albeit I am trained by LinkedIn, but it was actually on LinkedIn, by LinkedIn, telling you to post memorable content. And that's something that I think that even I've missed at times. And this is the key thing that I say to you. Whenever you hit that post key on LinkedIn, is your bit of content memorable? Is it creative? Is it going to stand out? Is it going to bring the right form of attention to you? And you know what? I think a lot of my content is. I honestly don't think all of it is, which is a chance for me to look in the mirror, reflect on it, and improve it. But I absolutely think most of it is. And oh my God, Ken done a great thing. You've just come in, smash that like, share, comment. Please feel free to network on the post. And also tell me where you're tuning in from. I love to know where you're tuning in from. Big welcome. Because I love you winners, a big thank you. So number one is, here's my big advice. And I say this a lot of my lives you've been here before. It's great to post content daily. I like to post at least once a day. I post a lot more than that, but as a default, it's great to post content, let's say once a day. But post something memorable. Post something that will really stand out. Post something that will set you up for success. Jaideep, welcome. Oh my God, Christopher Lloyd, welcome. We've got all the gang in here today, which is all very, very, very good. So Christopher Lloyd, like the actor Christopher Lloyd, except I think his name's got 2 L's in it. Right, there you go. But I love Christopher Lloyd, there you go. But number one, when you post content every day, post something memorable. Post something really engaging. And this can be a mixture of business content. It can be professional content. It can even be classy personal content. There's so many different things you can do to make it all work. And if you just come in as well, if you've got any LinkedIn questions, type them in the chat. I won't be able to answer all your LinkedIn questions, so I may not know the answer, but I bet you I will know at least 90% of them. So if you've got any LinkedIn questions, type them in the chat, and I will try my best to answer them in real time. And number two, this is something I'm always chasing people on, right? And here's the big thing. Oh, Jaideep, great seeing you. Oh my God, Margaret Lilburn, we love you, Margaret. Frank Stoker, Ken Dunnan. Now, just one quick apologies. If you leave a comment, it takes a while for me to respond. Just remember, it's about a 20-second delay from the moment I open my mouth, 20 seconds to hit you, Then once you reply, it's about 10 seconds back. So it's at least half a minute, usually about a minute till I come back to you. So remember, the moment I open my mouth, the loop is at least half a minute long. So keep it coming. If you've got any questions, type them in. I'll do my best to answer them. Again, will I answer all your questions? No, but I can answer at least 90% of them, which absolutely matters. So welcome to your winners. Bhavya, get them through. Love your work. And this is a big thing, right? Here's a big thing. Engage with others. This is so very important. And this is what I say to people. It's very important on LinkedIn, right? If you just jump on LinkedIn and post content and leave, you're going to have a bad time because there's two reasons. A, people might think, yeah, you don't really support my post, I'm not going to support yours. But the other thing that's quite interesting is that within the algorithm of LinkedIn, you have something called the participation score. It's an internal algorithm thing. And basically, if you use the platform a lot, you'll have a high participation score, which means your content will go further. If you have a low participation score, it means your content will fall flat more. And here's the other big thing I say to people as well. As you like, repost, comment on other people's content, you get more views. And here's the thing. I use this as an example. Whenever I see LinkedIn post something on LinkedIn, I always like, share, and comment whenever I see it. A, it helps LinkedIn, but B, I get seen, I get more views. So remember, by you engaging with other people, which is all very, very good. And I've got some great questions coming in. We got Sesh with us. Sesh has been funny. Is it a case of a VA answering another VA who speaks to a VA? So there you go. So I like to stay out of VAs. I do it all myself. Keep it all raw and authentic. I love your work, Sesh. And how you doing, Sesh? What's happening? Sesh is a great guy. Great seeing you. Bhavya asks a great question, which I get asked every day. Which time is better to upload the post? Mornings. Now, to me, any time is a great time to post. But you know what the best time is? Mornings. So quite often, not always, but quite often my biggest views of the day will be posts in the morning. Now, of course, I'll contradict myself. I'll post something 10 o'clock at night that gets 100,000 views. But my point being, generally speaking, posting in the morning relative to your time zone is one of the best times you'll post every day. It's not just about the views, it's about the right people seeing it. And I'm just going to have a quick sip of coffee. And Frank Stoker asked a great question, which I love. Did you pray today? And he made a good point. If you did not pray, you will be the devil of toys for the day. I agree with you. I actually prayed this morning. I prayed quite a bit, actually, probably a few times a day, actually. And I pray rather organically. I don't sit there and do this so much on my knees, penitence pray, but I sort of pray on going. But Frank, I love your spiritualism. It is ultimately on point and brilliant. And by the way, whatever you believe in, I totally respect that because you're awesome. And this brings me to number 3. Number 3, reach out to the people you need. I'll say it again. Reach out to the people you need. Now, one of the biggest mistakes I've made on LinkedIn is that I would just use LinkedIn and I would post content and I'd hope for people to come to me. Dangerous strategy. Very, 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 very dangerous strategy. It's a bit like just marketing and waiting for the phone to ring. So one of the biggest things that I learned that's really, really important is when especially using LinkedIn is that, yes, you want to post really, really good content so people come to you. But the second thing, my legendary friends, is you want to reach out to the right people. That can mean 2 things. You might have existing connections that you can reach out to, and voice messenger is great. But also it might mean you need to make new connections. You might be reaching out to new people that you're after, okay? They could be potential clients, potential collaboration partners. You might have quite a few mutual connections with someone. It might be someone that you know here and there, but you haven't quite connected to yet. But it's very important that you don't just share content on LinkedIn and hope for the business to come to you. You actually need to reach out to the people that you want to do business with. And if you're job hunting, it can be that scenario. If it is business, exactly what it is. So again, who are you after on LinkedIn? Create your content aimed at that person, but also reach out to the people that you're after. And Christopher Lloyd says, Eddie, let me guess, it's an almond flat white. No, I'm actually a long black guy. There you go. See right there. This is my long black, which gets faded out of my green screen if I put it behind me. But this is my long black. Absolutely fantastic, which is all very, very good. Rosanna, you're awesome. Love point 3. I'm a little bit shy, but awesome. And here's the good thing about LinkedIn, right? Talking over LinkedIn Messenger is a lot easier than talking live. Because when you're on the phone to someone, it can be trickier. But the beauty of LinkedIn is that if you're using voice messenger from your phone, nice and easy. If you don't like the voice message, don't send it. You can try multiple times. Or if you're using text, voice messages better, by the way. If you're using text, that works out as well. So here's the big thing I want to say to you winners, right? Is you want to get in the habit of reaching out to people you need. And this is, again, one of the biggest mistakes I made on LinkedIn was I would just post content. I would focus all my energy on posting content, but I wasn't reaching out to enough people. This is sales, my friends. This is something that's very important, something I highly recommend. So, for example, I love to reach out to a minimum of 20 people a day. That's my daily numbers. If I reach out to at least 20 people a day, the business works. Now, quite often I'll reach out to more than that, but I'm saying as the bargain bin basement, right? As the bargain bin basement, I'll reach out to at least 20 people a day. That might be a client. It might be someone who's expressed interest. It might be someone who's liking my post, but you get my drift. And that's how exactly I run it. But you've got to reach out to the people that you need. So very important. I just want to check in. If you just come in, if you're one of the 19, 18, 20 people online right now, just want to say a big thank you. It's so good having you with us. Please smash that like, share, and comment. Say hello. Tell me where you're from. I'd love to know where you're from. And as I say, it's so good having you with us. And I've got to say, I appreciate you winners so very, very, very much. And also, too, make sure you connect with Lacey as well. Number 4, use voice message plus build relationships. Use voice message and plus build relationships. One of the beauties with LinkedIn is that once you connect with someone from mobile phone only or app only, you can send voice messages to people. Now, this is something I do all the time for 2 reasons. It is so easy just to grab your phone and talk into to talk in there as a voice message. And number 2, it builds very powerful relationships. So text is fine, and I use text a bit, especially for like events and that type of thing. But ultimately, when it comes to actually a conversation with someone, I will be straight to a voice messenger, which is all very, 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 very good. And I got to say, if you've got any questions, get them through because I would love to hear it. And we've got a great question here, which is fantastic. Edward, I have a question for you. Can you schedule posts for later on Telegram as well as LinkedIn? Okay. So what this person is basically asking is that you can schedule posts on LinkedIn. Absolutely, right? You can absolutely schedule a post on LinkedIn. So it's a great option. You can schedule a post on LinkedIn. However, there's 2 things. I'm actually not a huge fan of scheduling. I'll explain to you why. And love your work, Margaret. The problem with scheduling, I've got a lot of problems with scheduling. You can do it, but I don't recommend. I'll tell you why. Number 1 problem with scheduling is that let's say you schedule a post, right? And something goes wrong with that post. Not your fault. Something goes wrong with that post. You're not there to fix it. You're not there to quickly delete it. You're not there to change it. So it will damage your reputation, right? Or it might get no views. The second problem is that if you create a post and you want to share it in a group with friends or whatever the case may be, or you want to forward it to some people, you can't do that because you're not there to do it. So I'm very dark on the whole scheduling thing, right? I don't use it. I know people do, but I don't recommend it. So again, what if something goes wrong? That's not your fault. And believe me, this is not a obscure probability. This is like a third of the time something will go wrong. I've seen, it hasn't happened a while, but I remember there's this weird bug on LinkedIn where you post a photo and half the photo would be green, right? In other words, it's like half the photo would display and the bottom half would have this weird error on it. Not your fault. You can do everything perfectly, but the point is you're not there to check it. You're not there to make sure it's great. So I'd just start the scheduling. And don't use third-party programs like Hootsuite and Buffer. No way. Don't do that. Very bad. Oh my God, Sazanka. I was just talking to Sazanka before. Sazanka, great seeing you. Friends, I was going to say friends as well. Please use my LinkedIn Live as a network opportunity as well. Say hello, connect with each other, share your websites. Tell me where you're from. We got Sazanka from Sri Lanka. Thanks for booking to our workshop too, which reminded me, it's a quick sales pitch from Ed. This weekend, this Saturday, 10 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, Sydney time, we've got our next LinkedIn Influencer Mastery workshop. Very booked into our workshop. Thank you. If not, check out my website, edwardszia.com, or send me a message. I'll send you details of our LinkedIn workshop. It's on this Saturday. We'd be honored to have you with us. And Sazanka, we love your work. Let me know if you're interested in that one. If you want to get in the daily habit of posting, okay, you want to get in the daily habit of using LinkedIn, the daily habit of posting on LinkedIn, the more you do it is the better you're going to be and the more effective and dangerous you're going to become, okay? And here's a big thing I've learned as well. Like anything, and this is the thing that I'm really experiencing, the more you use LinkedIn is the more skilled you'll get at. Now, it's an interesting one. Thank you for all the viewers. I've got 22 of you live. If you're here right now, big thank you. This is actually a biggest live, and it's funny actually. I've got some stats for you. Want to listen to this? I've been testing different times on LinkedIn. I find if I do it early in the morning, I might get 5, 10 people. But because I'm doing it a bit later in the day, I'm getting 19, 20 of you winners. So here's a big thing, right? I'm finding later in the day is absolutely better, which actually makes sense to me. I'll explain to you why. In the mornings, we're busy. As the day passes, we get freer. So that makes sense. Oh my God, we've got Halima with us. Halima, love your work. Good seeing you. Just come in, like, share, comment. Got any LinkedIn questions, type them in. Let me know what you think. But you want to get in the daily habit of winning. And number 6, LinkedIn Lives can give amazing views. And that's why I do LinkedIn Lives. Now, I don't do LinkedIn Lives all the time. In fact, one test I've got coming up is I want to do a LinkedIn Live at 8 p.m. at night. Haven't done that yet. I'm just curious to see how it would go. Can't be tonight because I'm running a networking Zoom. Might be tomorrow, actually. Yeah. I might do it tomorrow night, see how it goes. But here's the reason why I do LinkedIn Lives. LinkedIn Lives give incredible views and exposure. So, for example, I've had, let's say, 15 to 25 of you live. So I've had probably a few hundred of you already come through on this LinkedIn Live while I'm here, actually in 16 minutes, which is fantastic. So when I finish the live, I'll probably get 200 or 300 views, right? All up. But what's interesting is that overnight, that'll go to like 2,000 or 3,000 views. And that's just incredible. That is the amazing power of LinkedIn. And why LinkedIn Lives are fantastic, because not many people do LinkedIn Lives, so you're getting that algorithmic reward. And I say algorithmic reward, the algorithmic incentive to do LinkedIn Lives. So remember, that's fantastic, which is good. We've got a great one from Sesh. Sesh, great seeing you. Sesh, we've got a Melbourne meetup on Friday too. Sesh has asked this one. You are also live on Facebook, so which app are you using? Fantastic. What a great question, Sesh. And Sesh VS is also on LinkedIn too. So I'm using a program called StreamYard, which is fantastic. StreamYard.com, I'm using the premium version. What's beautiful about it, StreamYard integrates with your Facebook, your LinkedIn, YouTube, and also your Twitter. So I'm actually streaming to 4 platforms at once. Of course, I get the majority of my views through LinkedIn. I get some through Facebook, and I get rats and mice through YouTube and Twitter. So I don't really use those platforms, albeit I'm technically on there. But that's the beauty of it, is that, and also records it as well. So not that I use the recordings, but all these recordings are being recorded in MP4 format. So that's the beauty of StreamYard. You can, and Restream's just as good. I personally don't use Restream, but to me, StreamYard, Restream, same, but different. They're both as good as each other. But they're the 2 main platforms that people use, which is all fantastic. And yes, there's Margaret there. Got to work with the algorithm and get ahead of the curve in whatever way you can. That's why LinkedIn Lives is so good, because I remember going back earlier in LinkedIn. Photos used to be huge. Videos are still huge, by the way. Videos used to be huge, but now LinkedIn Lives are massive, because ultimately LinkedIn, the algorithmic team, are going to reward the content they want more of, and they want to also, de-reward or even penalize. I wouldn't say penalize, but not give as much weighting to content they've got too much of. So that's a big thing. LinkedIn Lives are rare. Not many people are doing them, so they give you more views. The other thing is you want to do is as well, when you're doing a LinkedIn Live, it's good to set your phone to silent, as I just demonstrated there. With my friend Matt Craig, I'm going to call afterwards. Great guy, by the way. Matt, if you're listening to the live, I love you. I'm going to call you right afterwards. He's a fine man. I'm actually catching up tomorrow. So yeah, Margaret makes a good point. Some start out as rats and mice and end up princes. Yeah, there you go. But that's a good thing about StreamYard. You can stream to all the platforms automatically. Where's your point 6? You want to feel great using LinkedIn, because we're all different. We do things differently. We're all unique people, and you want to use LinkedIn in your own unique way. Now, one thing I've been guilty of is being competitive or looking at other people and saying, I should be like that. And that's the worst thing you can do. The idea is using LinkedIn in your own unique way. So you stand out in your own unique way and you look good in your own unique context. So there's my thoughts for you. Friends, we've been here for almost 20 minutes. I'm going to finish up shortly. So if you've got any questions, type them in the chat. Hit that like, share, and comment if you haven't already. Make sure you follow Lassie. And if you're interested in our LinkedIn workshop over the weekend, be honored to have you with us. I'm just going to do a quick recap and we're going to finish up there. So I want to do my LinkedIn Lives in less time. This is Monday. These are my LinkedIn secrets. Number 1 is you want to post memorable content. That's not my opinion. LinkedIn did a post on LinkedIn saying post memorable content, so I'm just copying them. Engage with others. gets you a higher participation score on the algorithm, plus it gets you more views and it gives you that good image. Number 3 is reach out to the people you need. They could be existing connections or new connections, whatever it may be. Number 4 is you want to use voice messages to build effective relationships. Number 5 is you want to get the habit of using LinkedIn daily and posting daily. The more you use it, the better you get at it. Number 6, lives are fantastic. I don't need to persuade you of that because you're watching them, so consider doing your own if you're not already. They bring a lot of leads too. And also too, number 7, feel great using LinkedIn. So friends, there we are. So good having you with us, and I appreciate you. And by the way, if you're watching the recording, got any questions, shoot me a message anytime. Love your work, winners. Stay awesome. Happy Monday. I'll talk to you winners all a bit later on, and I appreciate you so very, very, very